Hey guys, this is definitely not my normal style of video. I set out to find out why Beatstars wouldn't let us target promotions. They've been saying coming soon for years, but I ended up finding out so much more. This is a very different style of video. I hope that you enjoy it. It took a very long time to research. If anything in this video is incorrect, it's due to the lack of information online, or maybe a website that wasn't fully updated. So do your own research. All of my sources will be linked in the description. If I got anything incorrect, then I will make a follow-up video correcting those mistakes. Beatstars has given me so many opportunities. If it weren't for Beatstars, I wouldn't even think that producing 9 to 5 would even be a possibility for anybody normal. They've opened so many doors to so many people. So I really don't want you to think that this is a hit piece. I just want everybody to be informed. I think that we have a right to know, and I think that we have a right to have our questions answered. Beatstars was started in 2008 by Ibrahim, or Abe, Bastian, who is still the CEO of Beatstars today. Abe is generally loved by the community due to the fact that he's relatable, having been someone that utilized beats in his own early music career, admitting to even stealing them early on. Due to a speech impediment as a child, Abe was an avid writer, feeling that was the predominant way to express his feelings. Abe discovered a pain point for himself and many artists, and that was the ability to easily lease affordable beats without the fear of scams or legal trouble. Due to good branding and an intuitive platform, Beatstars grew steadily with very little turbulence over the next 10 years, until 2018, when Beatstars was hacked. Although many people said that Abe laughed off the hack and didn't take it seriously enough, I disagree. I think it scared him. I think it would have scared any of us. It was the first breach, as far as security with the Beatstars platform. To our knowledge, the hackers seem to have performed some mass deletions and changed some beat titles to expletives. He made a video filling everyone in on what happened the day after the hack occurred, although I think he was trying to save face and put all the heat on the hackers, deflecting from Beatstars' weak security.
And I'm going to address as much as I can, as we're still inside investigating and working through all the information that we have. We're still not certain who or what were the motives behind an attack. Sometimes I just can't believe that there's human beings that bleed and breathe the same as all of us, that have that type of maliciousness to attack other people's success.
I felt the video was the best he could do at the time with the limited knowledge about the circumstances, who was responsible for the hack, and exactly how much data was affected. Some didn't like the fact that he waited as long as he did to address what was happening, and some didn't think that he was being fully honest about what exactly the hackers had access to as far as customer data. Regardless, they had to shut down the website for a short time to deal with the hack, which resulted in the loss of thousands of dollars in sales by producers, possibly tens of thousands over time due to the fact that some users left the platform stating lack of trust, going on to post to their own website or upload to competitors. This is the only time that Beatstars was ever hacked, and hopefully it was the last. Beatstars regularly comes under scrutiny for various reasons. One is the fact that Beatstars promo has never been targeted, and for years they've been saying that targeted promotions are, quote, coming soon, end quote. 2. The 30% commission fee from beat sales on free accounts. 3. A sales-based algorithm keeping the same sellers at the top consistently, dampening the chances for smaller producers to get noticed. And 4, general lack of support for sellers and buyers alike. Abe has often said that Beatstars has never been about the money, but that has become harder to believe as the platform has grown. In 2020, Beatstars joined forces with Sony Publishing, eventually creating Beatstars Publishing to a mixed reception. Beatstars released a multitude of videos and podcasts pushing people to sign up for Beatstars Publishing, which would allow them to access more of their royalties through the platform, rather than a third party or a loan. Most of the videos unintentionally highlighted how confused the producers who signed up were about how publishing actually worked.
Why I signed with publishing?
Why did you sign with publishing, and why do you think producers need publishing? as part of like your sphere?
It's important. Like collecting royalties is really important, and I really like what Beatstars is doing. Right now, Beatstars is just like paramount to like most other publishing deals because like I don't know.
A lot of these videos also demonstrated the blind trust that many beatmakers have for Beatstars as a platform.
Me personally, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to go find every single place where my money is at. So I'd rather have someone bigger step in and do that for me.
In 2023, Abe Bastian made a big announcement, exacerbating the pre-existing feeling of Beatstars users of, quote, being left out of the room, end quote, with big decisions. Some producers going so far as to say, quote, these are the changes no one asked for, end quote. These changes consisted of a collaboration with Lemonade to help beat block rhythm beatmakers by using ethical AI to help generate melodies. A new 12% service charge on purchases that the producer can cover if they so choose, but would otherwise be covered by the customer. Cheaper plans with new names and a 30% commission taken by Beatstars on marketplace sales for the users with the cheaper of the two options, further driving people toward their newly branded professional subscription. Stripe got the axe without another plan in place due to supposedly being overwhelmed by the intricacies of collab split sales. But Abe promises to soon release a new and better payout method while PayPal stays in place. What is the future of Beatstars? Everything from here on out is my own speculation. I personally believe that they will be acquired by Sony. This will most likely consist of Abe maintaining creative control until he either moves on to something else or strongly disagrees with Sony's direction for Beatstars enough to step away. When it comes to the history of tech companies and their accompanying acquisitions, that is where the road points to, especially since they are doing everything they can to increase profits and raise their valuation as a private company. As of now, Beatstars dominates the market with virtually no competition. They're integral to Sony's wishes to tighten its grip on the music industry and all of the moving parts within it. Some more of my speculations include the fact that Beatstars' targeted promotion doesn't exist because there aren't enough artists on the platform to promote to. There's no information on what the ratio between producers and artists is. Therefore, it leads me to assume the numbers are similar to a dating app with 20,000 men, 134 women, and 10,000 female bots. You make a Lil Wayne-type beat. Now the algorithm has to find someone on the platform looking specifically for a Lil Wayne-type beat over the course of the purchased amount of time to give you an actual qualified lead. This would dramatically reduce the impressions and lead to a lot of customers being even more unhappy with Beatstars promo than they already are. And it would thin the veil over the disparity between the number of beat sellers versus beat buyers. As a platform that prides itself on transparency, the company financials seem to be under lock and key. I spent over 14 hours looking for anything useful I could find. The only financials available to us are the hundreds of millions that Beatstars proudly boasts they have paid to creators. An unknown venture capital firm, Series A investment of $10 million to Beatstars in 2020. Beatstars' annual revenue on some websites reported to be around $3 million in 2016. Abe stated in Forbes in 2016 that he projected to more than double that number in 2017. However, the company reached a peak revenue of only $3.5 million as of 2022. A Form CAR from 2016 disclosed the troubling but realistic challenges feared by the company, many of which seem to be coming into fruition. Glassdoor reports some self-reported employee salaries that seemed unremarkable and more or less matched the annual salaries of those at similar tech companies. But Abe's net worth and overall take-home pay from Beatstars and his other past and present companies is unknown. If any of this is incorrect, it's due to the lack of transparency. We won't know the accuracy of these values for sure unless Abe breaks it down. You may be thinking, they're a private company. It's not our business. I think it becomes our business when the company claims they can't handle expenses of service fees and taxes any longer, passing the buck on to us and our customers after we've already been paying monthly to use their platform. Some questions I have are, how are our monthly, yearly payments allocated? What does the 30% commission go toward? Some suggestions I have are, the algorithm should change or expand and not keep the same 5 producers at the top for literally years. We should have more analytics when it comes to free downloads other than names and email addresses so we can follow up more efficiently. Their artist names should be given and not just the government names so we can follow the path of our own beats. Beatstars should lift the curtain, giving us at least an estimate of how many artists are using Beatstars. not only in general, but what percentage of those actually pull the trigger on purchases. I'd like to at least have the choice of lower impressions but more qualified buyers for a better chance of sales from Beatstars promo. Beatstars should also stop telling us how great the platform will be in the future and instead give us an actual number-based projection of growth and let us weigh in more heavily on the choices that the company makes. We are your primary investors and loyal users. Interview unsuccessful producers on the platform to possibly highlight them, instead of focusing on people making $40,000 a month, gaining them even more exposure and financial opportunity. Push equity of all of your sellers instead of indirectly pinning them against each other. Let us know how many producers sell at all, and on average, the ratio of producers who consistently sell compared to the ones that do not consistently sell, and how long they've been on the platform, and basic estimates on catalog size. This will give potential sign-ups a more informed choice. Beatstars should spend more time advertising to artists, whom I believe are more scarce on the platform than they're letting on, and stop trying to attract even more beatmakers, while overly depending on those same beatmakers to acquire signups from artists to the platform. After this research, I'll continue to use Beatstars. I still have loyalty to the company, plus let's face it, they're the only game in town, aside from starting a website or going to a competitor that has a fraction of the size. I do believe that they can turn it all around, contingent on their retaining of ownership of Beatstars and not selling, which I think is unlikely.